Hello, people, balisong flippers, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Haven't posted here in a while since my last three posts got taken down. So I'm gonna change up the content a little bit. Today's gonna be a review video of both of these balisongs. Disclaimer: these are trainers. Nobody was hurt in the making of this video. I am of legal age. I am 18. I can legally own these, and they are not sharp. Today we have the Nabalis Impulse, which was, it was basically a remake of the budget Nabalis knife called the Extrusion, which was fully made of aluminum, which led to some issues with handle gap. So they have remade the design into a stainless steel and aluminum design, and they are producing them and giving a budget balisong to the community for newer people and beginner flippers. And the other knife we have today is the Thomas Balisong Refault, which was a solution fixer to the Thomas Balisong Default. The Default was a trainer also aimed at the beginner level community. These are both cheaper knives. They're both made out of aluminum, but the Thomas Balisong Refault has G10 scales to help with grip and makes it sound really nice. The Nabalis Impulse ranges from $39 to $44. That is excluding shipping. And the Thomas Balisong Refault ranges from $65 to, I believe, $100. I don't know for sure. I'll put links to where you can buy both of these in the description of this video, along with the spec sheet, meaning blade steel, handle material, length, and everything, and weight, if I can find them all. It might be a struggle, but yeah. First, we're going to get into the unboxing experience of both of these balisongs, starting with the Nabalis Impulse, since that's what I talked about first. So, yeah. So upon opening the box, you'll be met with the knife in a microfiber pouch, I believe, that has an N on it that stands for Nabalis. It also comes with a bite handle indicator, 3 Nabalis stickers, a Torx bit, and extra bushings, washers, and sex bolts. You'll also be met with a thing of Loctite for if the pivots loosen up, and also a thing of uber thin oil. It is slightly thicker than what is super lube, slightly thicker than super lube. The first section of this video again will be dedicated to the Nabalis Impulse, since that's what I started on. The second section will be the unboxing of the Thomas Balisong Refault. So once you open this, you'll be met with the balisong. This is the trainer variant. They also made a false-edge variant. We're not going to do some flips right now. Just right now, we're going to show off the design. This one has been used. That's how I formed my thoughts on it. I've flipped it for a little bit, so it has a few dings here and there, and it holds it pretty well. This is the tune out of box. I have not had to tighten this once. Does not tap. Barely has any play. This knife is made out of 440C and 6063 aluminum. The weights at the end are made out of stainless steel, I believe. It is a bushing knife with channel design handles and Zen pins to stop the handles from hitting, of course. It has a rounder handle design that is not very thick widthwise. It has jimping to add for grip, along with these lines here to add for grip. The handles, they feel very smooth in hand. The anodization leaves a nice glossy finish. The blade looks to be stonewash, I'd say, or Zerblast. It says Nabalis right there at the tip. Now we'll do a little bit of flipping. So upon flipping it, you will realize it is very, very neutral, with maybe a slight bit of handle bias, which makes it really good in fanning. Sounds fairly well. It really shines in the fanning aspect of flipping. Rollovers and chaplains are not bad, but it shines through when it's fanning. since it's so neutral and the handles have a rounder profile, it leaves for a very good feel in hand when you fan it. It's not particularly bad at rollovers, but it just really shines through on fanning. So I would recommend this, per se, as a first balisong just because it's so cheap. But we will get more into why I'd recommend it later in this video. Right now we're going to talk more on it. When it came to me, the bushings were tuned very well. I'm a tuner and a modder, so it's great to see a knife come out of box with a very good tune. So the unboxing experience, honestly, I'd say it's about 7.58 out of 10. Since it comes with extra hardware, which most knives that are in the higher up range usually don't, it's crazy good. Also has Loctite and lube for the user. It's great. The jimping on this knife leaves for a good surface for ladders and such tricks that are done at the end of the handle, like choker fans. As you can see, it keeps slipping out of my hand on choker fans, which is something I want to bring up. It is a relatively slippy knife. It is not the most grippy, since the finish is so glossy. Aluminum can be very slippery compared to knives like that are made out of titanium, like the Tsunami, the Monarch, the Orca, things like that. Other knives have resolved this issue by adding texture, like the Squid Industries Cracker Racken. The difference is large on this price range. This is around $220 more than this. This is 7075 aluminum with a AEBL blade steel, and it is a very different price range and targeted at a different audience of flipping. This is targeted towards the beginners. To start their flipping journey, I would recommend this, because at the cheap price for the flipping to performance, price to performance, sorry, it is very good. It has a bite handle indicator to show where the bite handle would be, which is where you'd usually get cut, but since this is a trainer, this will not cut you. With that being said, the bushing system was pretty well thought out. I haven't found any inconsistencies like micro chamfer issues on the bushing holes or anything like that, or the bushings being overlapped and binding. It has very smooth swing with a great vibrant sound, almost sounding hollow. The weight system on this knife is not usable, in my opinion, given with the stainless steel weights in, it already has a very pronounced neutral feel, which makes it almost feel blade biased. Taking the weights out would lead to a blade bias, which most people would not enjoy, especially beginners, because when you begin, usually the first tricks you will learn are rollovers, per se. The Zen rollover, the half orbit, and these. Fans are usually done once you learn those. As you can see, I keep dropping this because it is slippery. Fans are usually performed after you learn the tricks like rollovers and such. I am a advanced flipper in my opinion. But yeah, it is fairly slippery, which is the one downside to this knife, along with the fact that it's 6063 aluminum instead of 6061 or 7075. That leaves for an even more slippy feel, along with the fact that it is very easily dinged up on concrete, but holds up pretty well. I've seen the older versions of these have Zen pin issues where they fall out, but none of the newer ones. I'm pretty sure they resolved that issue. Yeah, if you're a beginner looking for a balisong under $70, the Nabalis Zen Pulse is a very good starting knife. With its very rounded handles, it leaves to be super smooth in the hand, and the great sound and tuning of this knife leaves for it to be very good for a beginner. You won't have to worry about it falling apart. You won't have to worry about the handles coming apart, since it is full channel, which means the handles are one big piece of aluminum instead of being a sandwich knife. Do I have anything sandwich? Here is the Benchmade 99 Necron. As you can see, that is what sandwich would be. But yeah, this is a $500 knife. Not the best. Don't buy these. They suck. That's the Kraken. But yeah, I'd recommend these to beginner. Overall, grip is a 5 out of 10. It's pretty average for an aluminum knife. Sound is a 8 out of 10. It has a vibrant sound for a aluminum channel knife. And the overall flipping, I would give this a 7.5 out of 10, since it is very neutral, which is what most flippers like these days. I think a slight handle bias would really pop with this knife and just give it a more competitive flipping feel other than the fun flipping feel it has right now. But yeah, it's a very nice knife. It was well thought through. That is the Nabalis Impulse section of this video. Now we will get to the unboxing of the Thomas Balisong Refault. So upon opening the box of the Thomas Balisong Refault, you will be met with a pouch that also has their logo on it. And then after that, you will be met with a microfiber cloth meant for cleaning the washers and bushings and pivot area, or the blade from oil. You will be met with the weights, since this is a knife with a customizable weight system. And then you also be met with a authenticity card, I believe. Or just a card of the specs. Okay, here we go. Practice blade material. 5CR15, handle material 7075 aluminum with G10. Fine-tuning glassy vocals designed by Thomas Balisong, strive for the future. That's what the card says. It also has his logo. Then, when you get down to here, you'll be met with the Balisong. We're going to put this all back in here and such. We're going to keep the weights out because these are going to be valuable for the video. Upon opening it, you will be met with G10 scales and aluminum liners. As you can see, it has jimping, and it has a line milled down the side. It is also a channel aluminum Balisong. Upon the first open, you'll be able to hear the great noise it makes. With that, you will see the diamond-shaped or triangle-shaped hole pattern on the blade. With a few flips, you can notice the great grip that this knife provides with the G10 scales. I just dropped it. Okay. With the G10 scales and the chamfers. Why did I say chamfers? Sorry. Yeah, I mean, these handles are rounded. It's a little stupid. With the milling on the sides, you feel it is very, very great for grip. The jimping leaves for a good surface to ladder. The G10 is very soft feeling in the hand, but also provides a great grip. When flipping it, this has no weights in it currently. You will notice it has a slight handle bias, but is still very neutral. With that being said, this slight handle bias leaves it to be a competitive flipper, almost being like a Kraken, to where you can do any trick on it comfortably without it sticking out in the fanning area and the rollover area. It does both very greatly and flips very, very nice. Hearing the sound, you can tell that it is a very precise pushing system. The tune on this, I measured it, and the tune on this is 0.005 of an inch over the blade thickness, which is very, very good. Flipping it, you can feel that the chamfering / crowning on the spine leaves for a good but a little sharp feel on chaplains. This Balisong also has a bite handle indicator to show which side would cut you if it was sharp, but it is not. It is a trainer. With that being said, it is very good for a beginner. Along with the fact that it has an adjustable weight system, it comes with 2, 4, 6, 8 weights, which means there's 4 slots in each handle. 1 slot here, 1 slot here, 1 slot here, 1 slot here. When I received this, it had 2 weights up here. The only issue I've came across with this Balisong is the fact that sometimes the weights will get stuck. That's the only issue I've came across. Sometimes the weights will get stuck. So beware, it might be hard to get the weights in sometimes. If it does feel hard to get the weights in, don't put those in. switch the pen you're using because some are slightly less precise than others and will get stuck. Switch the weights that you're using and try again. But I do believe at the balance right now, it is very great. But if you feel like you want more handle bias, I'd recommend putting more weights in. Flip's great. Now to go over my gripes. The only gripe I have with this knife is the fact that the pins refuse to go in very good, and the G10 out of the box is kind of rough. But once you flip it for a little bit and use it, the G10 will wear down to be a more soft, nice feeling in the hand. It also sounds very nice. My only other complaint is the shipping time on both of these balisongs. They are produced in China. Sometimes you'll get one out of a warehouse in America. Sometimes you will get one straight from China, which can take a while to come. But at the price that you're paying, it is expected to not be as premium as balisongs shipped out of the U.S. Like, again, the Cracker-Akin is shipped out of the U.S. Expect this to come sooner. Still a very premium knife. Balisong. Trainer, of course. This thing flips very, very good. Oh, just dropped it. But yeah, I would give the grip on this a 7 out of 10. It's above average for a aluminum knife because of the G10. I'd give the sound easily a 9 out of 10. And I'd give the flipping a 8.5 out of 10. It performs very well for the price range, and along with that, it has the weight system just in case you don't like the balance out of box. Unboxing experience, I'd also give it a 7 out of 10 since it's above average for a balisong. If you're interested in more review videos like these, leave a comment. Since I gave all the specs in this video, I will not give the specs and the description, but I will give links to where you can buy all these from in the description.